and then an anniversary. I just want to take you through an overview of what Accra user community is all about. I think others are still joining, but I think time is far going. So I'll just probably start with that. So we actually started just this slide for me. Hello, can everyone hear me? Hello.
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 Yeah, I think
I cannot hear.
Your line keeps breaking.
The sound is breaking.
Your sound keeps breaking.
Wow, yes, of course I tested it before all this things. Just a minute.
I think for better audio, if you can put off your video, let's see how it works. And then if you can speak
my video is off for now.
Now the sound is better.
Yes, so okay, so you can put the slides on. So as I said, I'm trying to give an overview of what Accra Art Community is all about. After which to tell us the benefits of art, the benefits of using art. So we have art users, Ghana. That's just the slide. So the next slide. So art user group, yeah. Accra Art User Group Ghana is a group of highly motivated and passionate individuals who decide to use art programming software in their field of endeavor and to share insights to make online art better place.
Yeah.
About all trying to our phones, so not, yeah, so it's about us. We desire to use the software to help individuals learn how to use R to run analysis, how to use R for programming, how to use R to create databases, and how to use R for maybe their work as they are doing. And then the next slide. So I'm just doing a quick presentation. Yeah. So as I said earlier on, this group was established from the underrepresentation and minority of the African population, and in every role and area of the participation, whether as art developers, whether as art users, art developers, conference speakers. Hello, Samuel. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. So this group was established in the screen. Can you kindly work on it for me, right?
Hello, Mr. Francis.
Yes, so now it's clear, it's back again. So this group was established for the underrepresentation and minority in the African in every role of participation. leaders and package maintenance. Okay. So this has been the desire of Africa to bridge this gap. And as a group share in the vision to achieve improved representation by encouraging, inspiring, and empowering the Ghanaian population of all genders. So next. Of all genders. Okay, our aim here, wow, this sound kindly bear with me small with this sound. Okay, so I'll work on the sound. After this slide will share to participants. So our aim to make art the most used tool for research and production both in academia and industrial to achieve this. Workshops and meetups will be organized to develop on the current in the use of art. So next. Next. Support across Ghana for potential programming through to help facilitate individual progress in Ghana. Jobs and scholarships opportunities would be shared for interested members to apply. Next. Our objectives. So to support, I think I just finished within this. Next. Next. So management level, we have Mr. As the mayor but due to things he couldn't join us. And we have the recovery from USA. He's our resource person. So next. So social media handles, you can follow us on Facebook, on Ghana Art User Group. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on our pages. So next. So our sponsors, Africa Art Users, Art Consortium, TAG, Nigeria, NDT, I think next. Next. So thank you very much. So at this point, I would like to invite Prof. K to take up the next session for us. If you have any question, you can just type so that we'll just address it. After everything, we'll send a presentation to you guys. So over to you, Prof. K. You are online. Prof. K.
Okay. Sorry, I just have to put some stuff in order. Okay.
Okay.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for this wonderful privilege. And I want to welcome everybody to this great gathering. The assignment I've been assigned to do, my name is Joshua, and I am connecting with us from Italy. And the assignment in front of me is to speak more about R and some potential opportunities we can get with our knowledge of R. So before I move forward into my presentation, I just want to share with us a brief history, and I'm going to take some points from the presentation my friend, the main organizer of the R user community in Ghana, had just presented.
Recording in progress.
So the story is about my journey into R, and I'm sure many of us would be a background is the possibility of anyone from any field using R. So you could be from any kind of field. You can also apply R to your profession. So I have my background in forestry and wildlife management. And all through my bachelor's program, I never knew anything about R until my master's degree program in biometrics, remote sensing, and GIS. And so I, just like a conference like this, I developed the interest in R, and everything about R started having meaning to me. So everywhere I go, as long as it is R, I can spend the whole of my day working on some of those things. And so one of the issues we have then in my country, Nigeria, was the issue of unemployment. So when you graduate, you find it very difficult to get a job. And so the question is, you get faced with situations and talks like, okay, the country have done a lot for you. What do you also have to do for the country? So then it was a challenge. And then what I started doing was I started organizing R trainings. And the first, luckily for me, the first training I organized was where I made my first thousands, hundreds of thousands in R. And that was how the whole journey started. And in Nigeria, we started the sensitization, and under my organization, Tag Nigeria, and to the glory of God today, all over Nigeria and a bit of Africa, R is being popularly known and used. And so this particular privilege gave me, it opens a lot of doors for me. So for instance, I love Ghana, and many of my friends are Ghanaians. And so that's why anything that has to do with our Ghana community, I'm always very interested, because my mentor, I used to tell my friend Francis, my mentor is a Ghanaian, and he has been in the US for more than 15 years. So he's my mentor. We have not seen physically, but he has been instrumental to many of my progress in life since I've met him. And so that really gave me the impression that as Africans, irrespective of our backgrounds and color, we can be there to help each other. And so that was, the knowledge was also what gave me the privilege of meeting great people like Mr. Francis and Mr. Samuel. So why am I saying all these things? Is to encourage as many of us that are gathered here today, that there are a lot of opportunities that you will find with our knowledge of R. For instance, I was in Nigeria, that was last year. And even while I was in Nigeria, I've been getting some international opportunities, engagements, because I just understood R. That was all. Because I just know how to use R. The first time I would use the aeroplane was because of R. I was invited by an international organization to Abuja, and I was their consultant on anything that has to do with R. And so they fly me to Abuja, fly me, lodge me, and pay for my feeding and other expenses. So how did these whole things start? I don't know, maybe the econometrics. Okay, Mr. Richard. So there is a question Mr. Samuel said, I heard Mr. Richard have been using now for the past 10 years. I mean, is it 10 years or 2018?
17.
18. Okay, 2018. So, you know, one of the easiest thing to learn is R. One of the easiest thing to learn is R. So, but one important thing we need to do is we need to work on it on daily basis. If you use R for 1 year and you move away from it and you're not doing something with it, most likely you will forget most of the things you've learned. But when you keep working on it, you keep using it, probably you want to make some simple calculations, just open your R and use it. You can go on LinkedIn. There are some groups you should join. There are some people you should follow that are active users of R. I have a friend who is very, very, very good with R, and he's a Ghanaian. He's my friend. He's in the UK. He's in a PhD student, running up his PhD in the University of Reading. He's a Ghanaian and is doing fantastic well with the use of R. Where I am today, Aru brought me to Europe. And Aru is taking me to US and other places. So, and at the moment, I don't even know everything about R, but I can assure you every day I work with R. Every day I open my computer and I practice some things. I learn a lot of things. There are a lot of resources that are available online, a lot of resources. If you want to learn, when we organize trainings, conferences like this, always make sure you are available. And even at your own closet, in your own private places, always make sure you practice. So one of the things I did recently, and that is one of the best things to do, and that is why I appreciate the effort of Mr. Francis and Mr. Samuel in promoting the knowledge of R in Ghana, and not just Ghana, in Africa. So most times when we do things, we work together. Even in Nigeria, when we're organizing programs and some other things, I invite them and we do things together. So one of the advantage is that in a way, we are helping people. In a way, we are impacting life. I can talk of numbers of people through our trainings, from our statistics. We've reached out to more than, if I'm not mistaken, more than 1,000 people with the knowledge of R. And from all these people, I can count number of people who have used the knowledge of R to secure some opportunities outside the country, outside Africa, and are doing great right now. So I don't want us to trivialize this opportunity, and I don't want us to look at the numbers. When you see the way things are going in the world today, you would see that only few pay attention to things like this. Everybody wants, what is going on now is everybody wants money. So if it is not about money, if this place were to be, okay, if you come, we're going to give 1,000 naira or 50,000 Ghana cedis. I know this place, people will be begging to enter. But when it comes to value, people don't understand that value is not just about the money, but what you have on the upstairs. So I want to encourage us once again. Myself, I would be in this conference from the beginning to the end because I've seen the quality of resource persons that are coming to train us. And I want to assure us that it's going to be such immersive stuff. And I don't want any one of us to miss it. So please wait, I'm saying this to challenge us ahead of subsequent sections, subsequent days of the conference. Please let us endeavor to make ourselves available in the remaining days of the conference. Let's endeavor. There is a conference we just finished, and it is organized by the carpentries. And I was privileged to be at the conference. You won't believe me. The conference was like from morning till evening. No, just some few break, and it's about R and how you can teach R. And it was very, very awesome and interesting. So I've seen the curriculum, I've seen what we'll be doing in this conference, and I want to assure us that it's going to be a great time. And maybe one of these days we would look at as many of us, maybe like my friend told me that he's going to channel more of the energy now to undergraduates, and that would be perfect and awesome. Because when undergraduates have, and that is one of the things I am working on in Nigeria in particular. From the presentation my friend made, he said he used the word underrepresented. Underrepresented means people that have been sidelined. People that have been jettisoned, people that have been our case in Africa. Means you see, that is why we are doing some of the things we are doing now. And the best way we can start it is to go to the grassroots, is to start with these young people from when they have the understanding of programming early, before they get into the university, they're already becoming a guru. They're already becoming better. And so we can boast of young people whose analytical skills and the use of R is top-notch in Africa. And this journey is not what we can do alone. It is not what Mr. Francis and Mr. Samuel can do alone, or anyone on the management team of Ghana R user community. It is what every one of us must come together, unite efforts to do together. Yesterday, I have the privilege of having some lecturers who reached out to me, and they were discussing with me the possibilities of them having some things with their students, and I was impressed. I was impressed because when you look, if we can go into the university, you would see that within a space of 1 year, this whole movement would have gone a long way, because in a university, we have nothing less than thousands of students. So just think of we taking this knowledge to more than 1,000 students. Look at the multiplier effect in 1 year. So I don't want us to get discouraged on this journey. And I don't want us, like I keep saying it, I don't want us to look at the number. And I don't want us to be spoon-fed. Don't wait after this conference. Don't wait and say, oh, I'm waiting for, no. You yourself, you can go. There are a lot of resources, like I've said, there are a lot of resources online. I have a YouTube channel that it is specially designed for people starting from scratch who want to learn R. And other resources that you can meet with Mr. Francis. I know he has a lot of resources, some textbooks, Mr. Samuel, some textbooks on statistics, some textbooks on the use of R, how you can apply it to statistics. And like Mr. Samuel said, some of these concepts are concepts that are like general to every field. In every field, we talk about regression. In every field, we talk about multivariate analysis and other stuffs. So coming to learn some of these things would make knowledge very interesting to you. It will even make your field very interesting. And one other advantage again is when you understand R, it becomes very easy. I don't know, it becomes very easy for you to even understand other programming languages, because there are platforms. With our platform, you can even network, you can work with Python, you can work with SQL, you can work with other kind of programming languages that we have. So I want, before I stop this presentation, I want to plead and encourage every one of us to please ensure that we get ourselves occupied in this particular period and take this advantage very seriously. Let's take this advantage very seriously and ensure that everything that we'll be learning here in the course of this conference are things that we hold tight and work with. So once again, I want to say this is, for me, it's a great privilege to be with us today. And I want to appreciate the organizers of the event for the great job they've been doing in impacting young people with the knowledge of R in Africa, and not just Africa, globally. So once again, I'm grateful for this awesome privilege. If you have some questions that you want to ask me as to learning R, how hard it is, what has been your challenges, you can feel free to ask me before my section is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. K. I believe you said it for. So please, if you have any question, you can please ask. The floor is open for questions. So as we wait for your questions, I will put up Prof. K's YouTube channel. I believe it's a very good place for us, especially those of us starting out with R. And it will be a very good place for us. Please, when I put it up on our pages, please subscribe, and then let's support our own. Prof. K has a very depth knowledge of R, and the courses, or let's say the lessons he's treating now, are very basic. That will take you a very, how do I say, a good time you enjoying R. So I'll put it up. And then Prof. K, about your book, undergraduate, using R in the undergraduate level. Maybe I will start with a question, or maybe a contribution or something. That would it be possible that we have the electronic version of it? If not, how can we get some of these copies here in Ghana, so that as we have the vision of having our university clinics, we'll be able to share, or I mean, we have to sell, they are not for free. Some of your books to our university communities, which I believe will be a very good thing for all of them.
Okay, as regard the book, it's expensive on Amazon, and I make the sales is just for those outside Africa, but for those in Africa, we have a bookshop that's in the University of Ibadan in Nigeria. So what I will do is probably I will discuss with you or Mr. Francis as to the possibility of, I don't want to share the soft copy. So I will discuss the possibility of sending it across to you so it can be printed at any press in Ghana, and that the cost will bear the cost, and then we can go ahead with the distribution at a subsidized price that everyone can afford.
Okay, thank you. That would be very wonderful.
All right, sir.
All right. So please, we wait for your questions.
You know, one thing about the Zoom meeting is that you have to be sure that everyone is even with us, because you know, with this Zoom, a lot of people will just connect and go to the kitchen, quickly eat their chicken, and they, oh, what's up, what's going on, where are they? So let's be sure that everybody is there. Are we together? So we can use the chat room. We can chat. If you have any question, if you are shy to like talk, you can drop the question in the chat room. Oh, good. From Mr. Emmanuel Owusu. Mr. Emmanuel said it's with us. Oh, perfect. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can drop it.
Sure. So, Prof. K, would you put up the YouTube channel? Evans is asking, can we have, or let me just go there now and then put up the channel for them.
Okay. I just dropped it.
Sure. So, yes.
There is someone raising his hand. Mr. Yusuf Mohammed.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
We thank you for this occasion, and it seems to be very remarkable. But in your submission, I remember you said something about linking with the ARI community. I think if you could enlighten us more about those involved in the community, so that at least we, those behind you, can also have access to some of the resources that could also help us in a way. Considering the fact that some people will be paying for the books, and you are saying it's international standard, even though we have to get some of them from University of Ibadan. If maybe LinkedIn could also help us in a way, in your own capacity, how could that can also help us in our state?
Okay. Okay.
And my next question would be like, if maybe in terms of probably maybe something like data integration processes. Okay. Because I think we are still at the lowest level. Probably something like using data integration system, or we can use R to embed another programming language in it. That scenarios. That's what I just want to have idea about it.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Yusuf. Very important question. So, you know, I spoke about LinkedIn because LinkedIn is one powerful professional network where professionals meet, where you have the privilege of learning from some great people who have achieved a lot in a particular field. So on LinkedIn, there is a lot of forums that you can join where you can learn more about R. So I'm going to talk of one of those forums, and the rest, maybe with time. I know my friend used to do this on the R user community in Ghana by sharing links, very useful links on the group. So one of them is Apple Post that you might have missed. So you can check it on LinkedIn, Apple Post that you have missed. So on that Apple Post you have missed, you would see a lot of links, a lot of resources, and don't just read the resources. The links to the codes are there. Download the link to the codes, get the arrow code, take it to your computer and work with it. Take those things to your computer and work with it. So when you work with it, it makes the whole things, it makes it very easy for you. It makes it very easy for you when you work with it. So that is that about LinkedIn. And then there are some people that easily shares some resources that you can follow. Many of the speakers that we'll be having today, you can also follow them on LinkedIn. They are available on LinkedIn. I know I can talk of Kevin Patrick O'Brien, is on LinkedIn. And I can talk of the other person, this guy who I've once been invited to speak on packages. Please, can you remind me?
Louis Rivera.
So Louis is also on LinkedIn. And so we are friends on LinkedIn. And so it gives you on LinkedIn, it's a professional platform. You can have a work you are doing, and maybe you have reached out, you need help. You can reach out to people. It's a professional platform, and you will be surprised how people will respond to you and say, okay, I can share with you some resources. Go study these resources, and let's see how it goes. Even myself, I use LinkedIn very well. Maybe when I'm stuck in some kind of work I'm doing, I can reach out to people on LinkedIn. Please, I'm doing this. Can you really help me out? I told you of a friend of mine who is a Ghanaian. He's so very good, much more than me, very good. I think he has rounded up his PhD, or he's running up his PhD in UK. Yeah. And he's doing absolutely brilliant with the use of R. So as regards my book, everything that is in my book are what I'm already putting out on the YouTube channel. You know, this is the importance. This is the reason why I'm doing this. And aside the fact of impacting lives, aside the fact of promoting the knowledge of R in Africa and globally, it is also a way to get better. You know, when you know something, you don't hide it. It is only in Africa that it is common that you know some things and you hide it. The more you teach people what you know, the better you become. And that is why for those that are in academics, for those who are lecturers, you would see that there are some courses, there are some professors who have been taking some courses for 10 years. So it is easy for them to come to class without holding a book, and they will be saying it. Because after a series of years, they've mastered what they are teaching, and it becomes very easy for them to even teach it without using a book. So with what I've been doing now, if I'm invited to like speak about R, like the basis of R for some beginners, I might not even go whether I'm sleeping, you wake me up, I can start, because by the virtue of what I've been doing, some of those things are making me get better. So for the book, like I said, I'm going to send like the soft copy, and we just discussed, myself and the organizers, we discussed on how we can make it available at a very, very easy price, very cheap price, so that young people in Ghana can have access to it. Young people in Ghana can really have access to it. And the YouTube channel is there. And then I believe the program for the year by the ARU user community in Ghana is massive. And so I want us to participate. I want us to keep supporting, keep encouraging the organizers. There was something we used to do in our community, and because every one of us are passionate about this whole thing, we support the community. When there is a program coming up, we support. Sometimes it could be secret. Nobody will know that, oh, so person has supported, but because we are interested in impacting. We are interested in impacting young people. If you go to Nigeria now, you will see young people who have the understanding of in different universities, different vice chancellors are calling different invitations, and many of them are having this knowledge. So it is not even compulsory we go there in presence. It is not compulsory we go there and organize the class in person, because looking at the situation of COVID right now, it is even getting very easy. We introduce this concept of Zoom. We pay, we get a licensed account that we can do a lot of features that supports like webinar, some breakout sections, or some other things. It gets very superb and interesting. So that is the way it is at the moment. And I am impressed, and I want to appreciate the effort of Mr. Samuel. I'm looking at his handsome face on the screen right now, and Mr. Francis Mensah. Thank you once again for this privilege.
Oh, thank you so much. I always call you Prof. K. You shall always be Prof. K. So, like Prof. K said, I mean, there are so many resources out there. And I mean, today I was speaking with one of my doctors here, and then he said, for anybody to learn something, you need three things. The first thing is your enthusiasm, and then the second one goes to do with your cognitive part of it, where you engage in learning about the principle and then the application of the subject matter. And then lastly, what we call the psychomotor, you doing and then applying it to your life. So I believe what Prof. K is sharing with us is very, very important. And Prof. K, I don't know if it's Dr. Clement that you were talking about. Hello, Prof. K.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes. So is it Dr. Clement? I think it was in working also with China. We had a program with him some time ago. I don't know if he's the one.
Look, call his name again. Dr. what?
Clement Chumesi.
Yeah, that's him.
Cardiff
University. Yeah, he's in Cardiff.
Yes.
He's him. Very superb, very amazing. Great guy.
We had a session with him last year, and it was very powerful.
Yes.
With some posts that he's written. Wow, he's awesome.
Yeah, and he's a great guy.
I believe we all need enthusiasm to fight on. Like you said, I can't open R today and then open it up again in 6 months' time. There will never be a progression. Yes. And like we are saying, if the thing will really work, and then you also apply R very well, you need to practice every day. Either by reading a book, watching some lessons, video lessons, even some podcasts we can listen to that will also broaden our mind of the use of art. So I believe it's a good thing that you shared with us. And please, I will say it again, that please subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel. Let's support our own. And as you support, you also be blessed. This session and lessons that we have put up, if you are to pay for them, I believe you will spend a lot, because the same things that he is putting here on YouTube, others are paying dollars, thousands of dollars, get the same knowledge. So I will encourage you to subscribe so that every new video that comes up, you also get and then grow in your use of art. So please, we have only 5 to 9 minutes more to bring this session to a close. So if you have any questions, please ask them.
Let me let me also chip in a bit.
Okay.
I think Mohammed made a point, and then he was talking about, like, he wanted to know more about the trainings and the meetup. So what we are actually trying to do is that after probably this conference, we are trying to start all over our trainings again, which will take topic by topic. So if we are treating machine learning, we treat it throughout maybe a quarter, so that like you get more insight on it. If we are taking visualization, we are taking it throughout so that you probably get understanding of it.
Exactly.
So the reason why we've been organizing this conference was also to just let you come around, and after everything, we tell our plans for the group. We also have other R user communities that we are linked with. We have the Kenya one, we have the Nairobi R, we have the Nigeria R, we have Johannesburg R, we have Tunis. We have a lot of them in the African setting. And very soon I'll be linking you up to some of the communities so that once they have trainings, you can join and learn from it. And also, Prof. K talked about the resource persons that will be coming. Most of them in their universities, they give out scholarships and this internship training and stuff. So at least when they come, I would like us to be more interactive. I like us to get to know them. As Prof. K said, you go on LinkedIn, there are a lot of guys there you can link things from. And I'll be sharing with you guys some of the cycles which we have in the world, which all the organizers have. So with time, I'll share all these resources for you to probably benefit. And I can see that there are also new R users on the page. So as I said, after the conference, we'll come out with something we'll be doing an intensive training on it. So as he said, we need your support. We need you guys to help us push our user group. So I think this is the smart enough to see, Prof. K, I think you can, yeah.
Okay, there is someone actually raising his hand. Can you see the person? There is someone like I'm trying to like see the name. There is someone raising his hand like this.
Okay.
I'm trying to see his
yeah,
name.
Gosway Adam.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we have Mr. Goswell? Is it a question or something?
Yes, I think it's a question. So I want to thank all of you for your nice presentation. I followed and I really enjoyed all that you said. And I also like the initiative you are bringing up on board so as to champion the education of R in Africa. And that is why you have a book and then a YouTube channel. And I think with these resources, one is self-taught. But usually when one embarks on a self-taught programs, the challenge is fatigue. Fatigue sets in, and because there's no one to motivate, usually one would drop such self-taught programs. So I want to find out if you have a mentorship package that one can subscribe to, where he or she will have a one-on-one with you, so as to be a source of encouragement, motivation, that once he has started learning from your book, your video, he can continue to get to the state where he or she can also say that, yes, I have pro knowledge when it comes to R?
Okay. Okay, that's a very good question. Of a truth, like Doctor said, I think, am I right with the title?
Please, I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
No,
okay.
so I missed it.
Okay, that's a mistake. Okay. As Mr.
Godsway.
Okay, as Mr. Goals will have said, of a truth, sometimes fatigue do set in. And that's why people prefer to have this one-on-one encounter with whoever that they are learning something from. So I used to do this until when I get occupied. And at the moment, I have stopped physical classes like online mentorship classes with people until further notice. So what I do is just that YouTube channel. And if there are things you don't understand on the YouTube channel, you can ask questions. And probably once in a while, you can send an email and then we can arrange a time. Once in a while, I do that. Once in a while, probably on the weekend, we can arrange a time where we can like converse together, talk together on a Zoom call, and we encourage ourselves. But this is the truth. There is no one that knows everything about R. Let me tell us that. There is no one that knows everything about R. If there is someone that knows everything about R, there won't be, the R won't be changing on daily basis. If you see different things on daily basis are being added, different packages are being reviewed and added to the R comprehensive R archive network where we can download some of those stuff. So no one knows all. Like I told you, I work with R on daily basis and I learn. I have people that I also look up to. I have some mentors. They are so very busy that they don't even have my time. But when I have the privilege of seeing them go for a conference like this, I take advantage of this conference to like quickly ask them and make my impression to like have them as my mentors or someone I can always chat when stumped with some kind of challenges when using R. So I take advantage of this kind of opportunity, conferences like this, and make my request known to them. So for now, that's what I will say about that concept of the aspect of mentorship, please. So we can just follow with the YouTube channel, and I'm very close to the Arrow community in Ghana. So anytime my friend is organizing a program, whether I'm speaking or not, I will always be there to encourage him because I know he's doing a great job himself, Mr. Samuel, and the other organizers. So thank you very much for your question.
Thank you. Please, maybe if there is a last question, somebody has a question, we will be bringing our session for today to a close. And all right, so just to add to what Prof. K said, I mean, we are in an era where people are mostly self-taught. They are self-motivated to learn. And like Prof. K said, having mentors, the one-on-one sessions with you, day in and day out becomes a bit difficult. And just to add to what he said about sometimes sending mails once in a while, because now even for Prof. K to be here for this one whole week program, I'm very surprised that he's here. Again, I know for his support. That is why he's very engaged at this period. But like I said, the community here is ready to support each other. Like Prof. K said, we all don't know everything. We are still learning. I'm still a learner. And I believe that as we all keep on joining the program here on Zoom or on our WhatsApp pages, we share our difficulties here and there. And I believe that as we keep doing that, we will progress. When we have sessions, please let us all join. When you have issues, please let's share. You can hook up with us, myself, Mr. Francis, and like Prof. K said, you can also get in contact with him, and then you will bless each other to progress. So, Mr. Francis, if you are here, I would want you to make a closing remark, and then we bring our session to an end.
Wow. So, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you that just joined. And I can see that, well, the number is encouraging. And I want to say we all of us are trying to make art popular in Ghana. When you compare us to the other African countries, I just always want to compare us to the other African countries. They are doing far, far, far better than us in terms of numbers, in terms of what they contribute in the communities that I am in with them. And I want us to also, help, let's support so that our research group too can rise to that level. When I see my guys, my colleagues in Kenya and in Nigeria doing, at least they are doing marvelously well. And I also probably be encouraging so that we can encouraging that we also do the same thing. And also, as Prof. K said, as Samuel said, well, I always want to just emphasize on the school starts afresh, take it through that design and stuff. At the moment, we are all very tied up. We are all very tied up. Prof. K is in Italy taking his course. Samuel too is taking the course to attack. I'm also a consultant, also running up and down with projects. But whatever we can do to support, we will do to support. What we just need is that for your encouragement. When we're organizing programs, you take part of it. And I also want you to take this conference as an opportunity, especially after if you can engage with them. I know Dr. Reynolds, where she is in a university like this in UK, like they give a lot of scholarships out. They have a lot of resources and materials out. So with time, myself and myself and Samuel and Prof. K, we're taking through this basics of R. We take you through Shine. I'll get people to take us through Shine, how to use Shine to develop an app and a database. So, well, I just want to say thank you all for joining. And tomorrow, I think we have Roland from Canada. I'm still talking to him. It's like the timing and all those stuff. But like I'm still kind of trying to convince him to be on board. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining. Thank you, okay. At least you are always, I don't know, you are always there for us anytime we call on you and anytime we need your support. I think this is just a small thing I want to say. And I also want to emphasize on the timing. Please let's try and be early so that we can also close early. So we can also work on other things. Once again, thank you all for joining. We are grateful, and then God bless you. So I think Samuel, yeah, so you can just.
So thank you for your time, and we meet Goli tomorrow at 7 p.m. So God bless you for coming.
Amen, and you too. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
God bless you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.